So hello, bit of a change of scenery because it is chucking it down with rain. Okay, so today's mobility isn't necessarily a mobility class as such. It's more me teaching you how to engage your abs. So I see far too many people doing sit-ups and plank and press-ups with an arched back, and to be honest, you're just going to get an injury. So I am going to teach you how to engage your abs properly, exercises that are going to help, like massively, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you should start to feel core exercise a lot more once you learn this technique, okay? If you're happy with how to engage your abs and you feel it, it's absolutely fine, but this is for people with lower back problems, or they feel it more in their lower back when they are doing core exercises, okay? I'm going to do a series of kind of like techniques as such. One which is basically just a pelvic tilt. I'm just going to show you different ways of how to embrace a pelvic tilt and how to kind of think about it when you do it, and constantly tucking under, okay? So that's what my next video is going to be. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so ignore my old socks. When you do an ab exercise, you always want to think about tucking your core under. So tucking your core down and sinking your hips forward slightly. So for example, when you're doing a glute bridge, I also see people with an arched back. And what they do is when they push, if you look at my lower back, they hyperextend. What you want to do is you want to do a tuck. So it's literally just that movement. I don't even know if you can see it there. So from here, tucking your hips forwards and squeezing your glutes. Therefore, my lower back is completely flat and I can feel it a lot more. Whereas a lot of people think, oh, I need to squeeze my glutes and hyperextend, okay? So, if I was to do a glute bridge, because you will need your abs in the glute bridge as well, feet hip difference apart, the difference between that and that is quite a lot, okay? So, if I was to hyperextend, naturally I'm going to have a lot of lower back issues, and it's just going to hurt my lower back more than it is my glutes. If I keep my chin tucked and I do that little bit of pelvic tilt, you're going to feel it so much more in your glutes, and this is why some people can't get glute activation as well. It does include your core a little bit more, and that's why people really struggle. So if you can't activate your core, it's going to be a lot harder, okay? So when you do a glute bridge, you're going to keep your chin tucked. Naturally, when you lean forward slightly and keep your chin tucked, your lower back goes to the floor anyway. And then from here, you're just going to push up until you can't push up anymore. Now, it probably doesn't look like I'm getting very high, but I can feel this a lot more on my glutes compared to when I'm here, okay? So up and squeeze, really feel your hamstrings and your glutes working, and keep your chin tucked and looking forwards, okay? This is the same in a hip thrust as well, all right? Now, a pelvic tilt is very, very difficult to learn for some people. It took me about a year to learn how to pelvic tilt and how to actually engage my core properly. So my top tip would be starting with a dead bug, okay? You're probably like, what is a dead bug? So, when you lie back, you want your legs at 90 degrees and you want your hands up. When your legs are at 90 degrees, you should not be able to get your hands underneath your lower back. Naturally, I see a lot of people, I don't know if you can see underneath my top, kind of, you can see that my lower back is arched, and then when people do a dead bug, naturally they feel it more in their lower back because they are arched and they're not tucking down. So from here, I literally just want to squeeze down, tuck my core, and that essentially is a pelvic tilt. Hands up, and then when you go down, you don't want to let your lower back come up, squeeze your core down, come all the way back up. Now this is a great exercise to feel that core engagement and for your coordination and mental game. Now this is a lot harder when you do it slowly, but as you can see, my lower back is not coming off the floor, and I can really start to feel that in my abs, okay? So that's a really good one to start. But again, you want to make sure that you're not letting your lower back arch. If you are, tuck it down and don't let your feet go as low. It's about training your body to be like, right, okay, stay low. Naturally with anything, you want your lower back to be on the floor, otherwise it will cause damage, you might injure yourself, and it's going to be a lot harder, okay? So, keep thinking lower back to the floor. So that's a glute bridge, and that is a pelvic tilt with a dead bug, okay? So starting point would be a dead bug. Now, a press up. I see a lot of people, when they do a press up, arch their back and drop down with their butt high in the sky, okay? That is not how you do a press up. So from here, you want to tuck forwards, tuck your core down, and then drop. And you can see that my whole body is a lot flatter and I'm just a lot more position. When you do a full press up, if you arch your back, you're going to give yourself horrendous back problems, okay? So it's from that position, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, do a bit of a pelvic tilt, tucking forwards. That is a much better position. You're a lot more stable as well. And then when you get to the floor, push the floor away and keep yourself nice and tight. So it's all about learning how to do a pelvic tilt and learning how to engage your core, okay? I hope this video helps some people. It certainly would help me for about 3 years ago when I first started the gym. Any issues, let me know. Enjoy.